Say what needs to be said. Mr. Pick Six back with another episode. All right, week two. Week two, we got a few games, a few interesting games. And, I played for the Patriots. I played for the Eagles. So, few games that I'm more interested than others. But we're going to talk about the Jets and the Cowboys coming up. I think this is the most interesting game of the week because there's a lot of unknowns and a lot of things that's unproven. May look one way, like I said, the illusion of things, but the reality may be different. And when I say that, I'm talking about the Dallas versus the Jets. And Dallas won a game convincingly 40-0, but I'm not sure if this who they are. And, I think this matchup is going to be good. It's two talented teams and all over the board, each position, I think they have pretty good matchups everywhere, from the cornerback to the receivers to the offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, so on and so forth. I think it's an even matchup on both sides of the ball, right? But the question will come down to the quarterback play. And I think it's going to be very difficult with the quarterback play for both teams because they're going against two very good defenses, right? And, Zach Wilson, what everybody is waiting to see and see how he's going to perform, along with that Prescott. But that Zach Wilson is an interesting situation. First round draft pick, like we all know, right? Is there a chance that he goes out there and outplay Dak Prescott? Now, we talking about drama and a media uproar. If Zach Wilson goes out there and win this game and outplay Dak Prescott, because it is very possible. I think it's going to come down to what defense is better that game, right? I don't see Dak coming out there having his greatest performance. I think this is a game that he's going to have to learn from, and it's going to be more challenging than most of the games that he has dealt with in the past because his Jet defense is pretty good, right? He just only played one game. Last year, but that's the truth. It's going to be an interesting game to see. We're going to see how this pan out. Dak wasn't too impressive last game, but they got the big victory. And we're going to see. Now I'm going to talk about the Patriots versus the Dolphins. The rivalry game. Is there a chance that the Patriots can possibly win this game? I know all of you probably like, heck no, ain't no way. Ain't no way the Patriots can win this game. And I just want you to let you know this is a divisional game and the Patriots always play the Dolphins extremely tough. I don't know if it's the weather, just everybody has each other number and it just always looks like that. But understand this, Belichick, who is known for taking away your threats, that will be the challenge. Will he take these threats away? I want to say yeah, but I can't say it because this speed is a different type of speed. So they're probably going to put some double teams on top of Tyreek. They'll probably put some spies, some delayed blitzes on Tua, try to delay blitz him, keep him off his toes a little bit. But they're definitely going to try to double team, get some hands on Tyreek to slow him down. Now, how successful they will be another situation. But you got to be prepared on offense, Tua, for Belichick to come out there and do this. So if he comes out there and double teams Tyreek, you can't try to force the ball to him, Tua. And if Tua tries to force the ball to him, the Dolphins will end up losing. And I know it seems far-fetched, but you have to understand that first game that the Patriots played, don't look at them like that's who they are. That's not who they are. So don't be surprised. This is going to be a tight game and a pretty good game. Patriots versus the Dolphins. It's a divisional game. Everybody's uptight in Massachusetts as a Patriot coming in starting 0-1. When I played for the Patriots, our first game we went 0-1. We lost 31-0 to the Bills, and I seen people getting cut left and right, and it was so uptight in there. And I'm telling you, so they're gonna come out playing like their job is on the line, and Dolphins got to be ready to answer. And just going to continue to see if this is the year for the Dolphins. All right, we got week two going on. We got a little controversy going on already. Week 2. Ain't even played that much football. But that's what we like in football, or just the world. The world likes drama, only when it's beneficial to. But if it's not your team that the drama is benefiting, you don't really like it. But if it's your team and the rules benefit your team, you down with it. You down with it sometimes, especially if you got money on that game. But let's talk about it. The NFL worst rule that's going viral, everybody talking about that we can't stand and it is starting to take over the NFL, and people don't like it. Before they changed the rule in 1933, did you know an incomplete pass through the back of the end zone was considered a touchback? Think about that. They was creating the NFL and starting this thing. Incomplete pass through the back of the end zone was considered a touchback back then. Wow. I'm glad they got rid of that rule, right? So now understand there's two types of touchbacks. There's one where they kick the ball through the end zone and it goes out of bounds. And then there's also the fumble touchback, where a player loses possession of the ball and the ball fumbles and goes through the end zone out of bounds. That's the fumble touchback. That's what we're talking about today. That punishes teams with a change of possession, and it's starting to compromise the NFL. You hear me? A team has driven all the way down 60 yards, possessed the ball for 5 minutes, on its way to score, if not even a touchdown, at least a field goal. And a player does a natural move for any player, reaches for the pylon and tries to score the touchdown, but the ball comes out and goes through the end zone and out of bounds. That is a terrible rule. Now, you telling me the other team has the ball? You letting everybody off the hook. Simple as that. Just like that, you just let the other team off the hook. Their work is done now. The offense did all the work, drove all the way down, made a mistake, the ball went out of bounds, and now the defense changed possessions just like that. That's something to talk about. That's something to think about. But let's get the NFL definition of it. The NFL definition of a touchback is when the ball is in possession of a player, guarding his own goal, is declared dead by the referee. Any part of it is being on, above, or behind the goal line, providing the impetus which set it to or across the line was by the opponent, right? So the key word, I guess, is the impetus. And I looked it up. It's a unique word. It's impetus. And, go look it up. That's the key word about this definition. And it could go a lot of different ways, and it mainly does with the kickoff. It fits better in the kickoff and punt return and things of that nature. But this potentially cost the Vikings the game. If you didn't see, obviously everybody's seen that play, and Justin Jefferson reached for the end zone. They lost by 6 points, and they could potentially win the game, along with a lot of other games that just happened in week one. There's a few games out there where people were reaching, and they got to review the play, potentially lose possession, and so on and so forth. And it's a lot of things that takes place when this old time rule, let me put it like this, this old time rule is put in, and it's stopping the momentum of the game. Is fans want to keep seeing people play football, and you stopping the game for a rule that people don't even like no more, that people think that don't agree with. So it's time to get rid of this rule. But like I said, as a player, I'm telling you, as a player, it is natural for us. We smell that end zone. We see that end zone. It is natural for us to extend our arm as much as we can and try to get a touchdown. Whether we think the ball is going to come out or not, it's a natural instinct. You know how it feels, how the feeling you get from scoring a touchdown, the excitement you bring to yourself, the energy, it's just one of those feelings that is one of a kind, kind of like winning the lottery. Some people get a chance to win the lottery. Some people don't. It's people that played in the NFL their entire career and never scored a touchdown. So that's the feeling, and that's how important. So people are out there doing whatever it takes to try to score a touchdown, and you're telling me if you make a mistake and drop the ball out of your hand, you lose possession of the ball because it went through the end zone. Nah. So, like I said, man, it's like a lottery, man. Some people never get a chance to score a touchdown, and some people do. But don't stop reaching for that pylon, because they're going to change that rule. But let's talk about Big Unc, man, Shannon Sharpe. Big Unc, man, we got a big surprise going on, and I don't know if y'all surprised, but I'm damn sure surprised, right? This is breaking news for me. In life, you can't always believe what you see or hear, or even the illusion of things in life. And me, I'm guilty of that. I am guilty of assuming what I thought and believed about the Shannon Sharpe situation, right? We all assumed that Shannon Sharpe decided to leave Skip. He had enough of Skip Bayless. And the disrespect and all these things that was happening and transpiring on the show in front of us, the pointing to put your glasses back on and, be quiet, let me talk, interrupting Shannon when he's having emotional moments and talking, and the whole Damar Hamlin situation, right? So we're very aware of that, and we assume that most of us assume that was the issue, and Shannon decided that he didn't want to be a part of Skip's show no more, Undisputed, right? But there was no evidence of what we assumed. We just assumed. We never heard anything. We just assumed. We never said Big Unc Shannon say, he decided to leave. We just hear him searching for a new gig. And on the other hand, from Skip's side and Skip's point of view, we didn't see Skip say anything or make any comments about the situation and Shannon Sharpe and say, we had to part ways because of this, that, or whatever. We never heard from his perspective, basically. And I can remember always hearing Stephen A. Smith. If y'all remember Stephen A. Smith, his love language for Shannon Sharpe was loud and proud, boy. He was pleading and telling how much he loved his brother, and he got his brother back, and he want him on first take with him. Stephen A., all right? Stephen A. always said, come over here, I got you. I run first take. You won't have no problems over here, my brother. And he made it the first take, and he's there, and they're doing numbers like they should be. But listen to Stephen A. talk about Shannon Sharpe, allegedly. Listen to this.
Oh, so soon. You didn't care. I didn't look at it that way. Got it. I would have looked at it that way if Shannon left of his own volition. I'm telling you, he didn't. I'm telling you, he was pushed out. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Well, I'm telling you, and it's fact. Now, they can deny it. He wouldn't. I can promise you that. He was pushed out. He didn't want to leave. He was notified that your services would no longer be needed. But again, that's his story to tell.
Now, did you ever imagine that Undisputed decided to fire Shannon Sharpe and keep Skip Bayless? I mean, I know, the powers to be may be friends with Skip. Obviously, Skip started that show. So, yeah, he has more leverage. But they had the nerve to say they want to get rid of Uncle Shannon. And he was pretty much the main character of the show. Yeah, Skip, known for the show. Yeah, but Unc was the main character. He come up there with all his gimmicks and, just bringing excitement to the show. His Hennessy, his cigars, his backwood packs. You know what I mean? If y'all didn't catch that subliminal when he brought the backwood packs, you know what I mean? Us in Lauderdale, we caught that. But, he was the fun man to the show, But that leads me to wonder, did Skip become jealous and decide to go to the powers to be and ask for Shannon to be fired and say, you know what? Get rid of Shannon, or you have to get rid of me, etc., so on and so forth. And that's how the buyout and everything of that nature came about. I wonder, because that jealousy thing is real. Jealousy is a crazy trait to possess, and when a person feels jealous, you never know what they are capable of doing. Right? But since the reboot of Undisputed, it's been a little rough start, but it's steady climbing, slowly but surely, getting it back up there, I guess back to where it used to be in the normal numbers. But it's all over the place. Unc is definitely missed, but he's doing well and fine and seeing him a lot more places. Sometimes blessings come in disguise, though. And for Uncle Shannon Sharpe, I think this is one of those situations, and I think he realized as he departed his ways with Undisputed and these opportunities and resources became available, he understood that he just needed to get his podcast, own the rights of that, and go out here and do what he do, move around. He gonna be with Stephen A. Smith, see him with Pat McAfee and others. You see him all around. You probably see him trying to do other things besides broadcasting and in sport. So I think for Uncle Shannon Sharpe, this was a pretty good move for him, and he is embracing it well, right? But the only thing that's different for me, because I was watching, we watch Uncle Shannon and Skip all the time, but now he with some well-experienced brothers on ESPN First Take, Stephen A. and whoever else is on there. And, it's different because you used to run it all over Skip. Now you got to step your game up. These boys going toe-to-toe with you. So I think that's going to be the only thing different for Shannon is he was used to having his way when it come to debating against Skip. Now you can't really have your way. You got to come you got to come with your best debating game, your A game. You got to bring it now. And Stephen A., he having fun. He's here to slip ups. Keep calling him Skip, But, that's part of the progress, I hope. And I'm sure if you don't stop that soon, somebody gonna say something and be like, hey, brother, we got to cut that out. No more. All right, say what needs to be said. I'm out, Mr. Pick 6.